Hector from the movie Troy is a model of a man, a father, a brother, and a soldier. He's the ideal son to his dad, the perfect husband to his wife, a loyal brother, and a fearsome and intrepid general. So how can we learn from Hector to become better men ourselves? The movie Troy is a great adaptation of the famous epic poem, the Iliad. Only it's not, really. Troy, in fact, doesn't resemble the Iliad much at all, except in general settings and theme. Major elements from the Iliad, such as the gods and otherwise, are completely missing from the film as the way they are presented in the epic poem. Troy is almost a Hollywood take on the actual Trojan War from history, with, of course, some of the characters and themes from the Iliad. This drew criticism from many scholars and lovers of the Iliad, but I always appreciated Troy for what it was, not what others wished it could be. For all its faults, the characters in the movie Troy are fantastically portrayed. The naivete of Paris, the arrogance of Achilles, the pride of Priam, the genius and cunning of Odysseus, and of course, the stoicism of Hector. Hector is by no means perfect, but he may be the closest thing we get to an ideal protagonist in this film. When confronted with difficult choices and situations, Hector often responds with anger initially, but it's what he does after and the stoic techniques and masculine virtues that he portrays that make him an ideal role model for us. It's hard to blame him for his anger. He's surrounded by people constantly making mistakes at the expense of himself and his kingdom, even putting his family at great risk. Namely, his father and his brother are the ones doing this. Despite this, Hector remains steadfast in his love for his family, even if their mistakes will ultimately cost him his life and the lives of many in his city. As a general in Troy, Hector is unmatched. He leads from the front, using his intelligence, courage, and brilliant tactics to win Troy many victories and hold out against the superior numbers of the Greek forces. By operating on the front lines, Hector knows he's risking his entire city should he fall. But the morale boost of seeing their general on the front is one of the reasons the Trojans are able to hold out so long. They believe in Hector. They want to follow him. And even against superior odds, they still believe they can win because of him. Hector's biggest mistake, if you even want to call it that, is when he comes to the aid of his brother Paris, who challenged Menelaus to a duel for the fate of the city of Troy. Paris, of course, stole Menelaus' wife Helen, also referred to as Helen of Troy, from him. And after losing the duel in humiliating fashion, Paris actually crawls on his belly, pleading for mercy from not Menelaus, but his brother. It is in this moment that Hector violates the terms of the duel and kills Menelaus rather than letting his brother fall at his feet. This, in a way, was obviously incredibly dishonorable. It doesn't matter that the Spartans and the Greeks were also dishonorable and would have violated the terms of the deal should Paris had won, but it doesn't matter. Hector is the one that violated the rules. Why did he do this? I think Hector did this because his love of his family is even above his love of his own honor or reputation. He is willing to suffer this blow to his own honor to save his brother, which is frankly understandable given the circumstances. And in fact, Hector is displayed as extremely honorable the rest of the film. It's Hector's resolve, his stoicism, and his willingness to deal with the calamity around him that make him such a great character. Troy is not where it is because of Hector. Yet he does not spend much time complaining about this. He takes action to fix the problems his brother has caused. He shows love to the wife of his child, charisma to his soldiers, and loyalty to his father and his family. Hector stands as a paragon of virtue and hope for the entire city of Troy. And when he ultimately and tragically falls at the hands of Achilles, the fate of the city of Troy was sealed. One single man was the difference between prosperity and ruin for an entire society. Hector says he lives by a code, a simple yet extremely profound one that tells us a lot about his character. Honor the gods, love your woman, and defend your country. It is through this code we can see all of Hector's virtues rolled into one phrase. Hector did everything he could, and ultimately it still did not save Troy. But it was enough to give us an inspiration of who we should strive to be. His efforts were not in vain, and he will be remembered for his heroism and virtue because of how he acted in the circumstances that were thrust upon him. There's actually more to this story through Lionhearts. Lionhearts is an up-and-coming MMORPG where you can be like Hector, and it's coming to Steam through Unreal Engine 5. Like Hector, you can become a general through competence and merit and lead actual men around you. Real players who are participating in player-driven kingdoms, top to bottom. In Lionhearts, your actions will define how you're remembered in history. By ascending the feudal hierarchy, you can become a man of renown or fail miserably, just as Achilles feared, and have your name fade into obscurity. This incredible project needs your support, and it's coming to Kickstarter. You can go to Kickstarter right now and follow this page. It's the most important thing you can do to help us right now. When the page goes live, you can donate to several different tiers, which will give you early game access and tons of perks you will not find elsewhere. You can also wishlist us on Steam and check out more information on our website, or join our Discord server where you can engage with our massive and dedicated community, asking questions and participating as you like. Let's all strive to be better men just like Hector was. And I hope you join me in this project we're creating, and subscribe and like for more videos and content just like this. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next one.